left Napier with a vague plan to head up the coast and see what we could find, but we got a good tip that changed our plan.
Let's go to Waikaremoana, there's a lake inland from Waikaremoana, but it's probably a good 2.5 hours from here.
Okay.
It's a beautiful big lake.
Okay.
It's probably the second biggest lake in New Zealand.
What's it called?
Waikaremoana.
Waikaremoana.
Now.
Like, we just did exactly what the whole idea of the point of this was.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point is to go out, go into a place with no plan.
Yep.
Talk to somebody local,
Yep.
get a recommendation on what to do, and go do it.
Yep.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Yep.
It was a long, beautiful drive and we met some friendly locals.
Before going on a 3-day trek around the lake, we needed to test out our gear, make sure that we had everything that we needed. After staying warm and dry through a rainy night, we felt that we were well prepared to hit the trail.
We are setting off on our water taxi to get to the Great Walk.
We just took that water taxi across the lake and we decided to start by climbing that.
The trail can be hiked from either end and we chose to tackle the hard part first and start with the Panikiri Bluff.
We think we're pretty close to the top.
I think we're making pretty good time. I mean, we've only been on the trail for about an hour. And we've already stopped and had one little break. And we're getting close to the top. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Real windy up here. Non-stop rain pretty much. So I completely forgot that Maddie has a height issue.
Yeah.
And being up here on the bluff, we're pretty high up. It'll be interesting when I try and get her to go bungee jumping. That's happening. You're all right. Come here. I know. Come here. All right. Just stand there.
Oh yeah, that's the bluff.
So the bluff is actually up over there. We got a long way to go.
At 256 meters, Lake Waikaremoana, which means Sea of Rippling Waters, is the North Island's deepest lake. It sits in the heart of Te Urewera, the ancestral home of the Tuhoi iwi or tribe. Tuhoi means steep or high noon, and the tribe is also known as the Ngā Tamariki o Te Kohu, the Children of the Mist.
Finally, we made it to Bald Knob Lookout, which seemed like the highest point of the bluff. The wind was so forceful, we only could stay for a few minutes, but the view was well worth it.
It's so fucking windy up here. Awesome.
But as we keep learning on this hike, you can always climb a little bit higher. People staying up here?
We started right here in Waikaremoana and took the water taxi down here. We started on this track up the Panikiri Bluff and we have made it to the Panikiri Hut and we need to get to the Wild Powwow Hut tonight.
After 9 hours of hiking, well, eight and a half
we
hours
showed
of
up.
hiking.
It's about 10:30 now, so we got here about 10:15 probably.
Yeah.
We're wiped. I'm pooped. So we're set up. We're good to go.
We're gonna pass out.
We're gonna pass out. We'll wake up in the morning. Tomorrow we won't be hiking. We can go at kind of a slower pace.
Mm-hmm. We got to see glowworms.
Yes.
Glowworms on the sides of the trail, which was actually that was really nice.
Yeah. All right. We'll check in the morning.
Yep, we're set up.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.
Good morning! This is Madeline with No Game Plan Adventures, updating on our next leg of our Waikaremoana Great Walk adventure. We rolled in last night at about 10:15 and we were pretty tired, so we set up the tent and went to bed. But this campsite is actually really beautiful. It's right on the lake. This is our sweet little tent that kept us dry last night. We're packing up all our stuff. We had breakfast. There's Mr. Brian.
Hello.
We took a little bit of time to film the intro to our channel. There were a lot of outtakes. It was my first time crossing a suspension bridge, so Brian decided to have a little fun.
This is kind of cool. We decided to take the hour detour up the track to a waterfall that we'd heard was worth the trip.
Do you have a hazardous river crossing with slippery rocks all over the place? Just put a cable across it. She'll be alright.
So Brian, where are we right now?
Some waterfall. I don't know how to say any New Zealand names. So
Say Koro Koro.
Koro Koro waterfall.
There, Koro Koro waterfall. This is the Koro Koro waterfall on the Waikaremoana track.
Cool.
This is what it looks like.
We couldn't resist trying to go swimming, but even for people who grew up in Lake Tahoe, the water was way too cold. When we got the chance, we jumped in the lake instead.
We made it to Waiharu campsite. We're setting up camp right here. Got that view across the lake.
Yeah.
We actually made really good time this time.
Yeah.
But this is our.
It's almost 9 o'clock.
We did really well.
Yeah, it's still really light out for.
Yeah.
So day 3 of our hike. It rained all night long last night.
All night.
It's actually pretty cold this morning.
It's really
We are at the final little hut waiting for the taxi to come. Socializing with all our new friends. All right, hey, what's happening? Guys, what's going on? We'll have a fun ride across the lake. I think it's going to be pretty choppy. So we'll see. I don't like water.
our water taxi ride out. It's cold and windy like all day today, but it's nice. We had a great time, but it's nice to be on the way to civilization.
After 3 days on the trail and a total distance of 45 kilometers, we rewarded ourselves with a visit to the Murray Hot Springs. Soaking our sore muscles in the hot pools was definitely a fitting ending to this adventure. This adventure. This adventure. This adventure. This adventure. This adventure.